What's up, my precious little pack, and welcome back to Vega Conflict. I have quite a bit to say. First off, I do apologize about there being no content this entire week. I am deeply sorry about that. First thing that happened that I can say, we've been relocated. I'm not going to show where. I'm actually going to only show in-game fights from now on, so I'm going to keep my location hidden. You'll have to more or less seek me out in-game, or just join the clan to find out, provided you're approved. But for the upcoming Alliance War, I have a thought for you all. This isn't a recommendation or some type of do it or you lose or anything like that. No, it's nothing like that. It's just this isn't an idea. It's just to try and help. We all know that everything's going to be limited with everyone being cram-packed into the three sectors that are the three sectors that are left. Everyone thought that we'd be fighting over targets and stuff like that. That may be true, but we can also look to hit specific targets to earn additional resources, because as we know, they're setting up the resource drops and stuff like that. Well, not the resource drops, the resource supply runs. But along with that, for the upcoming Alliance War, I have a simple suggestion for all clans. We want to rebel against Kixai, not against the game. We love the game, but we don't love who runs it. How can we get their attention? Easy. They want to switch everything to in-game. Well, they want PvP, they want money, they want people to coin. How about instead of breaking each other's fleets and stuff like that, we go about a different path? Don't pay into the coins and stuff like that. Instead, fight against the AI during the event. They want us to fight PvP. Let's go PvE for the duration of the event. And this is for you coiners, as we've always called whales as well, and I'm referring to you super coiners, not you regular coiners. You're among us, because if you only spend $5 a month in game, you're not much further along than I am. Because $5 will not buy you a ship. It will pay for your repairs for a little while, but not forever. But I just wanted to say that the suggestion is, as I said, fight PvE during the event, and just literally don't participate. Do anything but play the Alliance War. Because they want us to coin, but, well, we want their attention, so easiest way to get their attention is not do what they want. Another easy way is for anyone who's seen the prizes and all of the garbage it takes to unlock everything. Only top tier clans will be able to get that stuff, but you could also take a look at it this way. How's about we try and communicate and we open up and we talk in-game and have everybody try and make sure that every clan advances. Now I'm not saying it's going to be easy, because you're going to have to be beating each other up, and they want participation. Well, you could do that in the lower tier and have lower pair times. You could hit each other hundreds of thousands of times and just log off. But for this stuff, we'd have to share it. And what I was thinking was, if everyone does still do the Alliance War regardless, this is the secondary option that I thought of. Share the mining outposts. Make sure that each clan gets an equal number, and if the higher levels are hitting low-level clans, then also try and hit the high-level mining outposts. Try and open them up for the lower-level clans. Help the little guys get into the bigger stuff and help them. Because Kixai clearly doesn't want the lower player base to do much, and PvP definitely isn't going to encourage them, because they're going to have coin-based ships and just stuff that they can't fight, destroying them, and that's just not right. And I could literally set up one of my Guardian Cruisers, strip most of its fitting in, just equip a few things, and I could drop it down to below level 40. I've done it just to check and see, because I was curious, and I can have 2 or 3 weapons on it. That's more than enough firepower to wipe out just about anything in that tier. That is not right. Kixai's failed to balance the game time and time again, and even now the game still isn't balanced. We all know it. And cramming us all together and expecting to get more money out of it isn't the brightest idea, because you're going to see more people leave and you're just going to see a general loss of income. The bright idea would have been encourage players in different ways. There are so many options available. But they chose one that I can say, in my general opinion, was quite negative. And as for the Alliance War, it's not even... The general idea behind it seems good, but when you look at the payout for the amount of repair time you'll be getting for free players, it's not worth it. Especially considering the fact that even in the description of the Alliance Wars on the forum, you have to destroy the enemy fleet. Now here's one thing I'm very good at. I'm very good at spreading my ships and wasting 5 minutes of your time over and over and over. So to get your, what is it, 350,000 off my level 86, you're going to have to attack about 4 to 5 times, because I'm going to scatter the ships every time. You have to run one down, and then you have to do it again and again. 20 minutes of your time will be gone just to get that points payout. And what I'm showing is that making it so that instead of health-based percentage, you have to outright destroy the fleet is a mistake. But another mistake is locking some of the top tier, and I do mean top tier prizes, to something that smaller players will never see, because they're going to be walked all over by coiners. It doesn't have to be a super coin, it just has to be a coiner, a heavy coiner. And not you guys that spend $5 to $10 a month. I don't count you as coiners anymore, because even I know that you have to spend hundreds of dollars to build entire fleets. And you're right here with the rest of us. And it's time that I do the main suggestions and repoint them so that they're more obvious. The first point, we can either ignore the event and just do PvE related stuff and not do any PvP at all, so we can just get along in the sector and we can talk and we can just screw around in the game. We can beat AI fleets up, we can farm resources, we can let people attack our bases and open them up just to have resources taken and share the resources that way. Or we can do the Alliance War and we can share everything. We can play in the low tier so no one has to take long repair times. Everyone can play for free in the low tier, and I'm talking tier 2 or tier 1. And just in generally have a good time that way by having free repair times on most of your ships. And as for the mining outposts, that would have to be taken care of in each individual sector between each individual clan to divvy up who gets what, to be able to make sure everyone gets a certain amount of points, well, a certain amount of solar shards at the end of the event. I haven't calculated it out yet, but I know it would be pretty brutal to get to it, but as I said, it would have to be calculated out by each individual clan, so they'd have to work it out. So instead of PvP fighting, could just be another farming event for the rest of us, if we all take the time to get to know one another and talk it out. Find out who needs what or who wants what. I think that everybody deserves a shot at the Vanquisher carrier, not just the top players. I think that everybody should be able to get that. Don't you guys? For you top coiners and stuff like that, don't you want to see the free players be able to get some top tier stuff so that they can at least have fun in the game so that they're not discouraged to play? Don't you think that they should at least be able to get that? And yet again, I just have to say this, Kixeye has kind of dropped any type of sense when they introduced reusable items again. Quit making reusable drones, just make them a blueprint, especially when they're this powerful. That is the range of alien level drones. That is damage that is just unrivaled. And it can only be blocked by Marauder tech, so it has a very good range, and in turn, if a person is ill prepared or not protected against such a fleet fitting, they'd be wiped out and they couldn't do anything against it, 'cause I mean, even the lowest level one. Improper balancing of ships leads to discouragement through the player base, and more. So for you top tier players, this is a video for you as well. Think about this. If you're in a top tier clan, at least think this over. Would you be willing to help the little guys rise up a bit and help them get some of the new tech and stuff that would encourage them to play the game a little bit more? Or discouraged by the build times, repair times, and absurd amenities that just take over the game? Would you be willing? Let me know below, everybody. I really would like to hear about this one because this is very important. And the new weekly calendar is... Kickside disappointed on that too. I'll talk about it in a separate video though. Actually, let me check here real quick. I got plenty of time. I got time to talk about it. The daily calendar. I thought it was going to be such a good thing because I thought they were going to leave the payouts to a higher amount so everyone could advance at a steady rate. But they cut them. They cut them horribly. And it was a mess. And for the amount of repair time that you take, for the amount of points that you get, it's harder to advance now than it was before. At first I thought it could have been a good thing if everything was well balanced and you could get a proper points payout. Yes, they did cut the prices of everything, so it was a little bit more modulated and regulated to the day cycle, but it wasn't enough. An Annihilator battleship when it first came out, 1,500,000 or 2 million. It's only about a third, and when they came out, remember these in main events where it takes 1 to 3 to 4 days per event for it to end, so you have plenty of time to be able to get your points, provided you have everything you need to be able to earn them. Well, as it stands right now, due to the weak points payout that is so mediocre that it's not even funny, even I would have trouble advancing. At hitting the fleets, I'd be hitting high level fleets for high points, but the points payout has been dropped. They're lower. This is just another point of an ill thought of idea that could have been very well received that wasn't. It could have been very good, but it isn't. And I remember Manny had people do the no coin April or whatever it was. I remember there was a time where he asked people not to coin, other than what you got through Commerce Module, or what you already had on your account, but don't buy anymore or anything like that. I want us to start doing something differently, because no coining is just going to hurt the game more, but I'm not going to encourage it either. Because how the game is run is, in my opinion, it's improper and it's just careless. Reckless abandon such as this only leads to dead games. We all know it. And it's time for us to start using our power, we the players, including you coiners, you super coiners, you whales, all of you. You don't want to be called whales? Well, it's a name that's been stuck to you because of how much you spend in game. Sorry, but that's the truth. It could be easily changed just by simply interacting, getting people to think differently of you, other than just being, oh look, you're a super coiner, you attack people, you harass people, and you're nothing more than that. But I want to see change, not through Kickside, because they clearly have no intention of changing. I want to see the players change. We do have a toxic environment on the forum, that much is known. We do have a mess in-game, but we, the players, have the ultimate power. We can choose to kill a game or to let it thrive. That is our decision, not a company's. We also have the power to encourage the company to do better, and this was not encouraging what they did. If they increase the points payout for the planetary events as well as the sector events, as well, just everything in the daily event calendar, just increase the payout. Leave the prices the way they are, but increase the payout. Help everybody advance, not just certain people that can play on a, oh look, I got 24 hours, I can play for an entire 24 hours and then I'll go to sleep. I don't do that all that often. But I'm still a player and I do play the game. I do love the game, but in the current direction it's going, I can't see myself playing it forever because even I won't be able to advance, as I said. Other than unless I get everything through the main event where it's introduced, which could be possible because I got everything for the Pegasus, except for the level 2 gun. I got everything for it, first run. But we, as I said, as the players, have the ultimate control to choose when a game lives and dies. A company doesn't decide that. When we leave, a game dies. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. We need to show that let me rephrase that. We need to get their attention. We need to make them see our points, but not through aggravation, attacks, and just in generally nonsense that we throw up on the forums, because as we know, they're getting to go away from the forums. And that brought up another good point. Exactly which direction is the game going? I don't know. Do I want to know? Well, I love this. This is something I'm just going to say. I'm going to ride this ship until it sinks. I'm going to be standing right out there on the front along with the rest of you. We're all going to be standing there. We're going to be looking at whatever's coming on. When we get hit and it starts to sink, I'm going to stay aboard it. I'm going to stand on it until it goes under. And I'm going to come back up and I'm going to go to someplace else. That's just the thing. I've bounced between games most of the time. Vega's no different. Why should it be any different? I could feature hundreds of games on the channel. And I'm going to start featuring hundreds of them on the channel. I'm going to start going different playthroughs. I'm going to see what does well. I'm going to see what people like. I'm going to see what you guys like. Vega is... I love the game. I hate the game. It could be better. It could be worse. But as it stands, we have the power and we need to make our decisions. And as I said in this video, we have several choices we can make. All of us as players, we need to communicate, we need to talk. We all need to communicate, we need to chat, we need to talk everything over. We need to find out what we need to do to advance as players as a whole, not as individuals anymore. My problem is, I always looked at the game as an individual, and I rose quickly as I got the Xenotech, and I am still rising even now. But with this current step, they wanted to help players advance at a more steady pace, and I don't see that more steady pace. I see a step in quite the opposite direction due to the mediocre points payout. Actually, it's not even mediocre, it's just an insult in general. But let's start talking, everybody. Let's find out what we can do. Everybody, you whales, you super coiners, I'm going to call you super coiners. Everyone else, you can refer to them as whales, I'm going to call them the super coiners. You normal coiners that spend $5 or $10 a month, you're included here, so get your butts over here. We're all going to talk. We're going to find out what we can do to start helping players advance other than just teaching them to play. There's got to be more we can do than that. We can share resources in-game. We can do so much. It's just a matter of talking about it through the community. Because Kixout wants to turn a deaf ear, that's fine. We'll turn a deaf ear as well. We'll turn our backs on them and we'll take the matters in our own hands. They want to turn their back on the player base. When that day happens, I can officially say that Vega will be dead. But as it stands right now, they still see something in Vega. They still see money. As long as they see money, we still have a game. So let's talk it over. And yes, I'm just repeating the same thing over and over now, and it's for a very good reason. But we do need to talk. It's very important. We need to get the people with no clans in clans. We need to get the players that have very little for themselves to be able to do in-game now. Especially now, targets going to be more limited because there's more of us per sector, so there's going to be a lot less targets to hit because more people are going to be hitting them. But we also need to talk about the events. When events come up, we need to prioritize who gets what. Should we, the high-level players, advance and take all of the high-level targets and the low-level targets just eat everything? Or should we leave a specific tier untouched just for the low levels that we will not touch and we all agree upon? Even the whales, I mean super coiners, it's going to take a little while to get used to saying that. That we will not touch, and we will guarantee that they will be for low-level players or mid-level players trying to make a step up. We need to start doing that because Kixeye is incapable of doing that. We, the community, need to do that. But I think I'm out of time now, everybody. Yep, I am. Well, I'm going to go ahead and wrap this video up here. I'm going to do more videos like this more often. And I'm going to try and find the easy way to advance in the game for everybody. I'm going to find out how I can make insane points payouts for farming. And I mean mass farming, multiple fleets farming, 7 fleets at once. I'm going to find out what does what is good against what. As I said before, I wanted to help everybody advance. I'm going to get back to that. But that's going to be it, everybody. Please leave your thoughts below. Anything you have to say is going to be good because we're going to be communicating. Something I've been failing to do lately because I've been focusing on another game that recently released was talking with all of you in my comment section. And I'm not ignoring you, and when I like your comments, it's because I read them. Whether I actually like them or not is debatable, but when I read something, I will like it so you all know I read it. But that's it. If you liked the video, feel free to leave a like, comment, and subscribe. It really helps. And as always, everybody, I'll see you in the next one. Actually, no, that's not my outro. This is. I'll see you all later.